What's up, guys? So I just want to go into a quick little video. I've had a couple people actually ask me this multiple times this week about things that might be beneficial towards new players. The first thing I'm going to suggest to anybody who is new and is trying to learn this game, and this is what I think to be the actual most important aspect of Escape from Tarkov when you're starting out, is learning your maps. And I know that's going to be really, really hard, and the game seems rather intimidating when you're, thinking about these maps and how you're going to learn them. And it does take some time to learn callouts. It takes some time to learn scav spawns. It takes some time to learn loot spawns. Most importantly, you kind of just want to start with your grand scheme of things, your locations. So like if you're learning customs, it's important to know where dorms is. If you're learning, we'll stick with customs for a minute. It's important to know where skeleton is. And skeleton is in construction. Construction, where's construction? Where's elbow? Elbow is in the backside of construction towards RUAF extract. So I know that a lot of these things, they kind of sound like mumbo jumbo, and it's going to sound weird to a lot of new players. I promise you that over time, you will inevitably learn them, particularly as you play with more and more people who do know them, and a lot of your callouts are going to sound a lot different comparatively to somebody who, plays with people like me, that I play with people who know their versions of callouts. So your callouts are going to sound different regardless of whom you're playing with. But it is important to learn your maps. Learning your maps is very, very, very important. The second thing that I kind of want to discuss that I see a lot of people still making this mistake is ammunition. So most importantly, ammunition is, by and large, the best way for you to kill anybody in Escape from Tarkov. Your gun could literally be a stock AK-74N, but if you are using BS or Eagleneck rounds, you will kill your opponent much more efficiently than if you're using a fully modded weapon, the best in slot it can possibly be, and using PS rounds all day long. It does not matter. Ammo gets you kills. Good guns do not get you kills. I've proven this numerous times on stream. I will go in on a scav raid and I'll find BS rounds and I'll put them in my AK instead of using the PS that are stock in it. And I'll kill people that are just juicy as fuck. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. So make sure that before you mod any of your weapons, before you spend any money on your gear set, that you always have ammo to back up what you're doing. You can go in with a 600,000 ruble loadout. You've got on your slick rig, you've got on your Alton, and you've got your super juicy kit. At this point, it's not even 600,000 rubles. Slick rigs right now are 400k. Altons are 150k. That right there is 550,000 rubles. That's a $500,000. A best in slot HK is 464,000 rubles. Right there, in just your weapon, your armor, and your helmet, is over 1 million rubles. Not including your ammunition, which generally speaking, with an HK, you're going to be using 855A1 or 995. I don't suggest to use anything else, but that's just my opinion. Your grenades, your meds, your gamma bulls, i.e. your butt meds, Serve 12, any stims that you might want to run, spare ammunition. There's just the amount of residual cost that goes into your kit is going to be greatly offset by your ability to perform well by using the best bullets, if that makes sense. Now, I know that I'm just some fat dude on the internet, trying to teach people how to play the game, but trust me when I say this, that ammunition is by and large the most important thing in Escape from Tarkov. If I kill you in full kit, and you're using PRS rounds for your AK-74N that is literally as modded as it can be, I'm gonna slap you in the goddamn face. The third thing that I want people to kind of reflect on, and this isn't something that you're going to know right off the bat, but it's something that I highly encourage people to learn, is the evolving price point at which all items in the flea market exist. So, and what I mean by that is that everything that you find in raid is worth a certain equative amount. So, if you have, let's say, Keck tape. Keck tape is 32,000 rubles. Let's talk about blue tape. Blue tape right now is 18,000 rubles. It's being able to know exactly how much something is worth, so that when you're picking things up, you're maximizing the amount of profit that you can be taking with you out of raid. Now, I know that every single goddamn person wants to go into Shoreline or wherever the fuck, and they want to pick up a LEDX. They want to pick up a graphics card. They want to go find, this Bitcoin over here in the safe or whatever. I understand that there are instances in which single slot items are vastly superior to other items like that. Finding a Bitcoin in a safe, it's worth 146,000 rubles. Finding a LEDX, it's worth 2.4 million rubles. Finding a graphics card is 550,000 rubles. Now, granted, all these prices are relatively concurrent, and I'm very, very good about keeping up with these things because it's something that I'm obsessed with for some reason. But understand that your ability to maximize the amount of value per slot, and that's something that's very, very important. Value per slot is going to yield you a lot more profits comparatively over a lot of raids than you would just be doing other things. Now, there are times when you could be looting things for your quests, and at that point in time, the value of that item is immensely superior to what it's actually worth. Like, let's say for you're doing Textile Part 1 and Part 2. So if you don't know, those are like relatively in-game quests where you're unlocking additional clothing options through Ragman, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, Ragman. So when you're unlocking these clothing options through Ragman, you have quests called Textile Part 1 and Textile Part 2. They require you to pick up Ripstop, Fleece, and Cordura fabric, and Aramid fabric, I believe, are what you need. Outside of that, you need like some number of Keck tape and some number of paracord. So obviously, Ripstop fabric is only like 8,000 or 9,000 rubles for a 2-slot item. Equatively, it's 4,500 per slot. It's very, 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 very low value. But because you need it for one of your quests or your tasks, I call them quests because I played WoW for fucking ever. But yeah, if you need it for one of your quests or whatever, it's vastly, vastly, vastly more important than something that is worth, like 100k or whatever. So like, let's say you pick up a pair of metal scissors and you're like, okay, I can either carry these metal scissors that are worth 100k or this Ripstop fabric that's worth 10k, but I finished my quest. Most importantly, leveling up is we're going to level up the fastest finishing up your quests. So you want to finish those quests to get those quests done. So, and this is applicable to every quest in the game, whether or not you need it or not. T-plugs are worth 2,000 to 3,000 rubles a piece, but you need 5 or so or one of them for farming Part 2 or Part 3 from Mechanic. So it's just like, you need to know the equative value of things comparatively based off what they're worth and whether you need them or not. And that's something that's really, really hard for a lot of new players to learn, as well as the value per slot of items in the game. And again, that's going to take you a long time. There's over like 1,000 items in this game, and knowing how much all of them are worth is very, very, very hard. But you start to see a trend with things as wipes go on and you've been playing for longer. Like GPUs are always valuable. Bitcoins are always valuable. LEDXs are always valuable. Defibs, you need them for quests and they've kind of lost their value. What else? Car batteries over time lose value, but initially very expensive. Hoses, same thing. Beginning of the wipe, they're super expensive because everybody needs them for their hideout. But over the course of the wipe, they go down quite a bit. So it's just like, you just have to learn these things, right? It's not like it's really, it's not that important, but if you want to maximize your profits and make as much money as you possibly can, this is the best way for you to be doing it. The last thing that I kind of want to cover is just your overall play style. So I oftentimes don't recommend that people learn how to play the game to an extent from a streamer. So for those of you that don't know me or haven't watched me enough already, I am very, very, very aggressive. I always wear the best armor, the best helmets, the best guns that I possibly can, and I'm always using the best bullets that I possibly can. I am interested in winning every single fight I get into, and for the most part, I do. That being said, I do still die. I'm not invincible. I'm not a god. I still lose, but I want to make sure that when I am playing the game, that I'm having fun doing what I'm doing, and I'm also making as much money as I possibly can in doing so. I'm going to maximize survivability to maximize profits. So not everybody is going to be like that, and learning to play like that right off the bat is very, very, very expensive. You will not make money playing like me if you're brand new. It's very, very hard. I do well because I have over several thousand raids on the map that I play the most. I know it like the back of my fucking hand. I literally know how to outplay people all the time. I kill 3-mans, I kill 4-mans, I kill 5-mans, I kill 300-mans on Troy. I don't give a shit. I will take all your things and I will extract and I will repeat. That's what I do. That's how I enjoy the game. That's how I have fun. That being said, new players will not be able to do that. So, new players, if you want to survive more raids, go slow. Go slow, pay attention, take shots on scavs only when you need to. Understand that every scav that you kill, particularly while you are unsuppressed, is just another opportunity to expose yourself. Sound matters in this game. I chase shots. If I hear somebody shooting something, if I hear somebody shooting an RSAS across the map, which not most new players are going to have, but if I hear, an M4 across the map, M4 is a relatively low-cost gun. You can run in with a low-build M4 for maybe like 150,000 rubles, and if I hear an M4 racking off across the map, I chase it. So make sure that you are being quiet, you're being slow, you're being smart about your decisions, and you're going to avoid people like me. Because it's really, really important to do that. Because if you are running like 856A1, which is like the third tier down bullet for the M4, if you're using that and you run into me, you will not kill me. I will have you long dead before you even get close. It does not pin any of my armor, and leg meta is not really viable with the M4 in any way, shape, or form. It's possible, but it takes a while. It's much, much slower than any other weapon. So just know to be smart, know to be slow, know when to take your shots, know your extracts and how to get to them, and arguably the most clear and concise way you possibly can, and you're going to survive a lot more raids, I promise you. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I know this is kind of like off tandem, and it's really not what I normally do. Normally, I kind of just, I edit things very meticulously, and I get things out. I'm barely going to edit this video at all. I'm just going to cut things down, slap it together, throw some music on it, and ship it out to the world. I had another video that I was working on this morning, and it completely got corrupt, and I was pissed off about it, and I was like, well, I need to get something out that day, because, yeah, it's been like 3 weeks since I've done a video. So yeah, guys, if you like me and you like my content, feel free to swing on by at twitch.tv/JoshPawshTV. You can see it down here in the little corner right here, as well as you can sub to me here on YouTube. I promise that I'm going to start getting out more content. The early beginning parts of the wipe were very, very crucial. And yeah, so I've been working really, really hard on Twitch, but I will be making more and more videos on YouTube, I promise. You can also follow me over at twitter.com/JoshPawsh. I think, whatever. I'm going to have all the links down below. All the socials will be down below. We got a Discord down there as well. I'll have that for you guys as well. I'm also going to have a link to the ammo charts, which is very, very, very important when I was talking about ammo earlier. And I'm going to see if I can find an actual link to a price per slot chart for everybody as well. And I don't know if it'll be self-updating or if anything like that, but it'll at least get you a ballpark idea of what you can actually be making versus what you can be picking up and all that shit. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I love you. Have a good one. Outside of that, have a good one, guys.